Go.
Hello, Happy New Year. I'm Janet Glynn from Close to Home, Southington, Connecticut. I'm here to introduce the intermediate January block along with some basic rules for 2022. Monthly blocks will be introduced the second Saturday of every month with in-store classes available, both Thursday and Saturday. For specific dates and times, along with some rules, check on our website at closetohomestores.com. So this month's block uses the Quilt in a Day Small Flying Geese ruler. We will feature a new tool or notion to help you construct your block every month. I'm also recommending Best Press, a block box satchel to organize your blocks for the year, friction pens, and new blades for your rotary cutter. So, the big reveal. This month, we're going to be working with, of course, the small flying geese, and here's a finished 3 by 1.5 flying geese, and also a flying geese right there. All right, we're going to start constructing. I'm going to go through some of the cutting with you, but very simply, we're going to start with a 9 patch, and we're going to add upper rows, side rows, upper rows or side rows, and then upper rows, and we'll go over that very shortly. There are a lot of pieces involved in this month's block. So come on over and we'll go through some of the cutting. So there are 5 fabrics in your kit for January. The white fabric, as you can see, you're going to cut some 2-inch strips, a 6-inch strip, and a 4.5, and subcut those into the pieces needed for the whites. The dark blue, same thing, 3 2-inch strips, subcut into the pieces that are on your directions that you're going to be getting. And the last little strip is 2.5, and you'll need 4 of those square. The other little bit of a complicated one is the light blue. You're going to cut a 2.5-inch strip. It's going to yield 4 2.5-inch squares. The last one's 4.5, and then you're going to cut what's left over into 2 2.5. So you'll yield actually 6 2.5 squares. The other ones are just basic squares, nothing too much to talk about. All right, so let's look at our cutting that we've done. So here are all my rectangles, my 5 by 2s, my 3.5 by 2s, my 2 by 2s. All these are what we're going to need to construct the outside two rings. It's the blue ring and this white ring right here. So this is round 1. And round 2 is actually white, okay? So, we've cut our flying geese squares in our kits. The light blue and the white are going to yield 4 flying geese. The pink and the white, 4 flying geese. We have the 4 1/4 multi and the 4 1/4 white, and what we need to do with this one is to cut it on the diagonal twice, and we will use 2 of these pairs to make just 1 center quarter square triangle. The last thing we want to do is cut our half square triangles. So we are cutting 2.5-inch squares, and we're going to pair all those light blues with 2 whites and 4 dark blues. So the trick about the half squares, these are pretty simple. We've done all these in the past. The little trick about the half squares is that when you put these together, you're going to go ahead and draw your line 1 time diagonally, and you're going to sew on either side of the line. Go ahead and cut on that line and press to the light blue. These are oversized. Okay, they're just slightly oversized. So what I've done is I've kept one a little bit oversized, and I just want to show you very quickly how to trim this block down to equal a 2-inch half square triangle. So let me grab my... So the thing we want to remember is we want to utilize the 45-inch diagonal line on our ruler that comes right to this corner. And I also want to look for the whole inch numbers on both of these corners, seeing as how I want this to be 2 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay this 45 diagonal on the 45 diagonal of the ruler. So as you can see, this white line is my 45 degree. And we want to make sure that that line is right on the seam from this corner to this corner. And it should be a little bit of extra around your unit. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and trim these two sides, knowing that this corner is right into between the two seams, and then we're just going to flip it around. Put that 45 degree right back on that seam. Look for the 2-inch mark on your ruler, and that this corner also comes out at that 45 degree intersection between the light blue and the dark blue, and go ahead and trim this. So every one of your half square triangles will need to be trimmed down to 2 inches. It just makes for a little bit easier piecing, and between the flying geese, the quarter square triangles, and the half squares, that's probably going to take you an average of about a half hour to 45 minutes to get those pieces done. Okay? All right, construction time. So we're going to start with our 9 patch, like I said earlier. We're going to start with our quarter square triangle, and we're going to add the 4 light blue and white half square triangles into the corners. Okay, none of this is sewn. I'm just going to place it here on my board. All right, so we're going to start with that. Round number 1 is the dark blues. Sorry, I'm going to grab some of these pieces. So I'm going to grab some of my dark blues. And the first thing we want to do is construct the side pieces. So I believe that's the long one. Right here and right here. And this is kind of tricky, so just keep an eye out. Right there and there. Oh boy, here we go. That goes under there, sorry. So we're going to have 2 short sides and 2 long sides. And this one is going to go here. And then we have a short one. Okay, so our top and bottoms. All right, so the top and bottom consist of the 3.5 by 2s and 2 of the half square triangles. And the side pieces, once we sew those on, we're going to go ahead and complete these. And this one gets topped off with one of my 2-inch squares at the top. All right. So this comes down, this one goes here, and don't forget the little square. Okay. All right, so we're going to construct these 2.
Something's not right there.
Whoops, sorry. This one. Comes down, this goes to here, this comes up, this goes here, This goes here, that goes here. How's that? Better? Better. Better. Okay. So we're going to make 2 of these units as it shows you in the directions, and 2 of these units, and so the top's down and the side's down. Okay, and the last one's pretty simple as well. Let's grab these. This consists of all the 2-inch rectangles of white and the blue and white. This one's the easier one. So this one's going to be a short, a 3, and a 3 on the side. And we're going to make 2 of these units. Okay, that's one. We'll make this one. Okay. So once you get those sewn, you can sew it to the first round, and then the last one are the really long ones to finish it up, which is our 5s by 2s, and we're going to make 2 of those units going across the top and the bottom, one for the top and one for the bottom. And believe it or not, it looks complicated. It's not. Just make sure all your pieces are cut to size. Start with the center, top, bottom, left, right, top, bottom. And eventually you'll get this 9 patch with your first round and then the second round, and that should equal a 12.5-inch block or a 12-inch finished. All our blocks for this year for 2022 will finish at 12 inches. I will talk more about the border in the coming months. You will get directions when you pick up your kit for the borders. Again, it's only a suggestion. You do not need to do my border, but if you do like it, please feel free to allow us to help you pick out your fabric for that border. Okay? I think that's it. A couple things. The emails are going to come out. The videos are still going to be out for you to watch. So just like before COVID hit, we came to class, you brought your block, you got your kit free. You're able to bring your finished block in anytime during the month to pick up the next kit. Okay, just so you know, you do not need to come to class. We want everybody to be safe. There will be limited seating in our Thursday night and Saturday morning classes, and masks are mandatory. Okay, so I want everybody safe, and please have a good New Year's, and we'll see you again. Thanks.